My first impressions of Bangladesh is that, I've said this before, again, it's the first time I say it on podcast, is that the food, the weather is too hot for me sometimes. The food sometimes a bit too spicy. But these things are not important at the end of the day, because for me, what's most important when you're traveling is the people, right? And I'm not just saying this because I'm in Bangladesh and because I'm on a podcast and talking to you guys, but before coming to Bangladesh, for me, Filipinos in the Philippines were the nicest, the friendliest people I've ever met, more so than Canadians. And I don't know if you guys have a stereotype in Bangladesh that, or like people say, oh, Canadians are so nice, we're so nice, But coming from a Canadian, Filipinos in the Philippines were nicer than Canadians. More warm, more greeting. But then I came to Bangladesh. Then now Bangladesh, for me, it's the friendliest, the nicest people. The hospitality has been just amazing. Like, it's nowhere I've ever experienced like any other country in the world. Ever since being here, starting making content, people have messaged me on Instagram, YouTube. They invite me to their homes to eat with them. My money here almost doesn't work. People, they will not let me pay at the restaurants. I'm eating biryani and all these things. The hospitality, the friendliness, the kindness of the people has been amazing. Donobad. And for me, this is the most important thing when you're traveling, is the people, right? To me, life is about people. And imagine there was no people, like you're living your life alone on this world. There'd be no meaning, no fun, right? So for me, life is about the people. And when you're in a country with amazing people, it makes the experience amazing. So thank you, Bangladesh. And thank you guys for being friendly and so kind too.
You're welcome. Good to hear that. So good to hear that you are loving it here.
Yes.
So, and we actually love to treat our foreign travelers in a very good way, so that they have a good experience, because it's not much. We don't have so many visitors from outside the country. So whenever we see someone who is traveling in our country, we try to make their stay as good as possible and give them the best hospitality as we can.
Yes.
That is what we try to do. And we are glad to hear that you loved it. So it's very good.
Yes, it's working so far. So thank you. Donobad.
You're most welcome. So what was your expectation versus reality for Bangladesh?
It's a good question. Expectation versus reality. To be fair, this is something I've said on my YouTube channel before a couple times, is when I travel to new countries, maybe I'll get some hate for this, but I try to do as very little as research as I can, so that when I arrive to the country, I can talk to the locals and get I don't want to say real people, suggestions, but if I go on Google and write suggestions, these will be the touristy spots, right? Recommended by tourists for tourists. Me, like I said, I don't want this. When I travel, I want the local experiences. So I try to do very little research when I get to a country. Usually I just research, okay, what's the money? What's the conversion from Canadian? So I make sure I don't get scammed, and what language, if they speak English. And it's pretty much the basic research I do. Besides that, like I said, I like to just arrive to my hotel. I ask them, okay, what do you recommend I do? And then from there, I go based on their recommendations. It's like a ripple effect. Based on what they tell me to go, I go eat, and I talk with the restaurant owner or the young kid, the waiter, and I get further recommendations, and then I meet more locals, and just from there, to me, this has worked amazingly so far.
Great. and with that, if you had to explain Bangladesh in one sentence, what would you say?
One sentence is the friendliest people in the city that never sleeps.
Would you recommend Bangladesh to other travelers?
I think it's hard to, so far, of course, I would say yes. I think I'm a bit hesitant in the sense that I've only been in Dhaka, right? I have not been to the real nature places like Cox's Bazar. I have been to, this is on the upcoming vlog, stay tuned for this. I always mispronounce the name. Kuakata?
Kuakata.
Kuakata, the sea beach.
Yes.
So I did go there. So this was really cool. This is the longest or the biggest sea beach in the world. Or what is
Cox's Bazar is the longest sea beach.
Okay.
Kuakata is another part of the sea beach, but this is quite big as well.
Yeah, okay. Is it the biggest in Bangladesh then maybe? The Kuakata? Because someone told me Kuakata has something about it, like the biggest or something.
It's a Cox's Bazar. Cox's Bazar is the longest sea beach, uninterrupted sea beach of the whole world.
The Cox's Bazar is the longest sea beach in the world, but maybe I'm just confusing them both. But
maybe.
All this to say is that I haven't been to the natural places yet, but I would say based on the pictures I've seen, I think for sure I would recommend coming to Bangladesh. Like I said, the food is good. Sometimes a bit too spicy, but I put the chilies to the side, no problem. Sometimes too hot, but it's okay for the most part, to be honest. And this is coming from a Canadian guys. I'm living in my igloo in Canada, it's snowing and all this. So I mean, as someone that experiences like the complete opposite weather in Canada, in the winter it could be minus 35 degrees, right? So it's not unbearable, the weather. It's okay. And I mean, yeah, like I said, the people so incredibly kind. So I mean, there's no reason not to come to Bangladesh, right? And I would say maybe this ties into a previous question a bit where, and I don't mean this in any like disrespect, of course, but I think prior to coming to Bangladesh, when I would think of the country Bangladesh, I would think of, okay, this is like a poor, like dirty country, and I think this is probably how just the media portrays it, just like how media portrays like China as like, I don't know, like it's like the enemy of USA, even though I'm not American, but then, I'm sure you guys know I Show Speed, right?
Yes.
And it's like he goes to China and now it's like he shows kind of like the real China, and like now everyone wants to go to China. China's like opening up their borders to like countries like USA don't need a visa anymore. So inshallah, do the same thing for Bangladesh. You show the true colors of Bangladesh, and then more people will come, because it's not like that at all, guys. I mean, of course, there's homeless people, there's dirty areas, but just like in Canada, just like anywhere else in the world. Don't believe the media, what they say about Bangladesh, because it's an amazing place. There's lots of beautiful nature places that mostly I haven't been yet, but I've seen. The people are very kind, the food is good, and the weather is nice, guys. So don't let media ruin your image about it.
Among all the places you've visited, which country is the most welcoming to you that you felt?
Yeah, Bangladesh so far, for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I said, to me it would be Bangladesh, Philippines, and then from there I would have to take time to think about and write it down. But yeah, for sure, Bangladesh so far. Okay. So far. Maybe once I travel the world, I'll say, you know what, maybe it's Russia. I don't think it'll be Russia over Bangladesh. But so far in my life, Bangladesh.